Hello students, today we will see one of the important chapter from class 11, that is straight line, and whatever problems we will be solving from this chapter, these are the problems from NCERT book class 11. Now basic concept from straight line is the inclination of a line. तो सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे कि inclination का मतलब क्या होता है, क्योंकि inclination समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. This is the base of the straight line. एंड इसी बेस पे फिर आगे हम और भी बहुत सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स देखने वाले हैं. तो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज इंक्लिनेशन ऑफ अ लाइन. सो इंक्लिनेशन इज दैट इज इट इज the smallest non-negative angle made by a line with the positive direction of x-axis. With the positive direction of x-axis. So this is the definition, but we will understand this definition with the help of one diagram. So we need to consider a line, and that line will be considered in a plane, coordinate plane. So let's consider one line, that is line L, in a coordinate plane. Now, this line L intersects the x-axis at this point. And at this point, there are four angles. Four angles are made by this line with the x-axis, but we are interested in only angles made in the positive direction of x-axis. So, this is the positive direction. So, these two angles are there. Now, out of these two angles, we are only interested in the non-negative angle, matlab positive angle. So, angle made by a line with the positive direction of x-axis is the non-negative. वो non-negative कब होगा? When x-axis is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, like this. So, this angle, that is theta, which is made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis, this is the non-negative angle, and this is called inclination. And inclination is represented by theta. Okay, so this is how inclination of a line is given. Now, in this diagram, line is drawn like this. Now, let us consider one more diagram where the line is like this. Now, this is the line, right? Again, if we want to find inclination, again we are interested in angles. It is the angle, but made in the positive direction. This is the positive direction, and we are interested in non-negative angle. So, this x-axis will be rotated in anti-clockwise direction till this line L. So, this is the theta. So, in this case, this is the inclination. This is how we find inclination of any line, and this is the base of straight line. Now, after inclination, we will see how we can find slope of a line. Now, slope of a line is very simple. If inclination is known, slope of a line, it is given by, or it is represented by letter m, and if inclination is known, then m, that is slope of a line, is given by tan theta, that is tangent of inclination. So this is first point. Okay, slope is tangent of inclination. This is one way of finding slope. Another way of finding slope is, if line L is given, and on that line, if two points with their respective coordinates are also given, suppose A is x1 comma y1 and B is x2 comma y2. In this case, slope of line L, which is represented by m, is given by y coordinate of first point minus y coordinate of second point divided by x coordinate of first point minus x coordinate of second point. So, students, we know that there are two ways of finding slope. First is when inclination is provided, then it is tan theta, and second is when 2 points on that line is given, then this is the formula. So, three important things are inclination, which is the smallest non-negative angle made by a line with positive direction of x-axis. Second thing is slope, and there are two ways. First is tan theta and second is this formula, right? y1 minus y2 upon x1 minus x2. Now, after this slope, we will see how we can find angle between two lines and what is the formula to find angle between two lines. So, let's see that thing. Now, let's see formula to find acute angle between two lines. So, for that we need to consider two lines. Suppose two lines are L1 and L2 and they are intersecting at this point. Now we are interested in finding acute angle theta between these two lines, L1 and L2. Now suppose slope of L1 is m1. As you know that slope is represented by small letter m. So to just differentiate between slopes, we are writing for L1 it is m1 and slope of L2 is m2. So the acute angle between these two lines is given by formula tan theta. It is tan theta, which is modulus, because it is acute angle, mod of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. This is the formula, and this formula is applicable only when m1 into m2 is not equal to minus 1. Because if m1 into m2, that is product of slopes, is minus 1, then this denominator will become 0. And anything upon 0 is not defined. That is why this condition is required. Now, this is the formula to find acute angle between two lines. Now, we'll see condition for perpendicular lines and parallel lines. So, two lines, that is L1 is parallel to L2. Two lines L1 and L2 are parallel if and only if their slopes are equal. If they have same slope, then lines are parallel, and L1 is perpendicular to L2. Two lines are perpendicular if product of their slopes is equal to minus 1. So these three things are important here as far as angle between two lines is concerned. That is formula to find acute angle. Very simple one. Tan theta is mod of m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. But this condition is required. And condition for parallel lines and perpendicular line. For parallel lines, two slopes are equal. And for perpendicular lines, product of their slopes is equal to minus 1. Now, after this much theoretical part, we will see some problems based on inclination and based on slope. So let's see the first question, where we need to find slope of a line. Okay, and something is given about that line. It is which makes an angle of 30 degree with the positive direction of y-axis. Okay, see here, instead of giving positive direction of x-axis, y-axis positive direction is given and it is making angle 30 degree. So here we need to draw diagram and we need to understand ki how line is making angle 30 degree with the positive direction of y-axis. So let's draw a coordinate plane. Now in this coordinate plane, this angle made by a line with positive direction of y-axis is 30 degree and it is measured in anti-clockwise direction. So line will look like this. This will be the line, right? See, measured in anti-clockwise direction. So if y-axis is rotated in anti-clockwise direction till line L, this angle is 30 degree. This is what is given about the line, and we need to find slope. But to find slope, we need inclination of a line. And inclination of a line is the non-negative angle made by line with positive direction of x-axis. So we need this angle. This angle is required, that is theta, but given angle is different. So let's see how we can find theta with the help of this 30 degree angle. Okay, so what we need to consider is, let line L intersect x-axis and y-axis at point A and B respectively. So it is intersecting x-axis at point A and y-axis at point B, and this is origin. So let's represent it by O. Now from the diagram we can clearly see that this angle that is angle ABO is 30 degree. And why it is 30 degree? Reason is that this angle ABO is vertically opposite to this 30 degree. That is why this is also 30 degree. Now in triangle ABO, in this triangle, angle B is 30 degree. We got this angle B 30 degree. Angle O is 90 degree because it is the intersection of x-axis and y-axis. So if B is 30, O is 90, so angle A will be 60 degree. Angle sum property. With the help of angle sum property, we can find third angle. That is angle A is 60 degree. Now angle A is making linear pair with this angle theta. Therefore, if angle A is 60 degree, theta will be 180 minus 60, which is 120 degree. So this is how we got theta. Theta is the inclination. Theta is the inclination. Therefore, slope, which is represented by M, is simply tan theta. And tan theta means tan 120 degree. Now tan 120 degree can be simply obtained with the help of this process, that is 120 ko we can write 90 plus 30. Now it is tan 90 plus 30. So tan 90 plus 30 is minus cot 30, right? Minus cot 30, and cot 30 जो है वो √3 होता है, तो it is minus √3. So slope of this line is minus √3. So with the help of inclination we can find slope, and your inclination is not given directly. We need to find inclination with the help of given information in the question. So this is how we solve such problems. Now let's see the next question, which is again find the slope of a line which passes through the origin and the midpoint of the line segment joining the points P and B, and their coordinates are given. So here clearly nothing is given about inclination, but instead of inclination it is passing through the origin and one of the midpoint of line segments where coordinates of that line segment ka points are end points are given. So let's draw the diagram. So suppose this is our line L. It is passing through the origin. One of the point is origin, and second point through which this line is passing is the midpoint of the line segment. This is the line segment P B, and coordinates of P are 0, -4 and B 8, 0. So this is the information which is provided about the line. Okay, so let's see how to find slope. In order to find slope, if one of the point is given, we need to find coordinates of second point, and second point is the midpoint of PB, right? Since M is the midpoint of PB, right? So we can find coordinates of M by using midpoint formula, and what midpoint formula says, this part is there in coordinate geometry, and according to midpoint formula, it is x coordinate of that midpoint will be x coordinate of P plus x coordinate of B, that is 0 plus 8 divided by 2. This will be x coordinate, and y coordinate is y coordinate of P plus y coordinate of B, which is 0 divided by 2. This is how we can find midpoint. So M coordinates are, this is 8 by 2, which is 4. This is minus 4 by 2, which is 2. So this is how we got coordinates of M. which is 4 comma minus 2. Now 2 points are known, so we can easily find slope of line L. So using these 2 points, formula is y coordinate of first point minus y coordinate of second point divided by x coordinate of first point minus x coordinate of second point. So if we will simplify this, we will simply get 2 upon minus 4, which is minus 1 by 2. So this is how we can find slope in this case, where 2 points, out of these 2 points, 1 point is given directly, but another point is the midpoint of line segment. The next question is, find the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the points 3 comma minus 1 and 4 comma 2. So here one of the line is x-axis. X-axis is one line and another line is the line joining 2 points, where 2 points are 3 comma minus 1, that is coordinates of one point, suppose it is A, and second point is suppose B and with coordinates 4 comma 2, and we need to find angle between these two lines. Suppose that angle is theta, right? So we need to consider that let theta be the angle between one line is x-axis and line L2. Another line is represented by L2 and x-axis, either you can write x-axis or you can represent it by L1. Now see, we know one formula, that is angle or acute angle between two lines is given by, we have that formula, tan theta is mod of m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. And what are m1 and m2? M1 and m2 are nothing but slopes of those two lines. So in order to use this formula, we need to find slope of x-axis and slope of line L2. Now to find slope of line L2, we can make use of second formula of slope when 2 points are given. That can be easily obtained. Now as far as slope of x-axis is concerned, so how we can find that? That we will see. So here, slope of x-axis. Now let's represent it by m1. Slope of x-axis represented by m1. Now slope, now to find slope, we know that it is tangent of inclination. And what is inclination? Inclination is the smallest non-negative angle made by, here in this case our line is x-axis, so made by x-axis with positive direction of x-axis. तो x-axis का angle with x-axis क्या होगा? It will be 0 degree simply. So tan 0 degree. So slope is tan 0. Why? Why it is 0? Because angle made by x-axis with positive direction of x-axis is always 0. Now we should know what is tan 0. Tan 0 is simply 0. So slope of x-axis is 0. m1 की value हमको मिल गई है जो 0 है. Now we will find slope of line, second line, which is line L2 according to our diagram. So slope of line L2 can be easily obtained because 2 points are known. So 2 points are known मतलब उसके लिए क्या formula हमने use करना है? Y coordinate of first point minus y coordinate of second point divided by x coordinate of first point minus x coordinate of second point. So this is what we will get. So 2 minus minus 1 is plus 1, which is 3 upon 4 minus 3 is 1. So 3 upon 1 is 3. So this is the slope of line L2. Therefore, angle between two lines is, we will write formula, which is tan theta is mod of m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. ये फॉर्मूला हम लोग यूज करेंगे. So now let's substitute for m1 and m2. m1 is 0, so minus 3 upon 1 plus 0 into 3. So this will be mod of minus 3 simply, because this part may, this denominator will become 1, and mod minus 3 is 3. So if we want to write theta, so theta is simply tan inverse of 3. So this is the angle between x-axis and line joining these two given points. So this is how we solve this problem. So thank you so much, students. Today we had seen the very important concepts, that is inclination, then slope when inclination is given, after that slope when 2 points on that line are given, and formula to find angle between two lines along with the condition of perpendicular line and parallel lines, and few problems based on that. Later on I will upload few more videos for straight lines, where we will be solving some more complicated problems, and we will be seeing how to find equation of straight line, which is very important thing. So for today, thank you so much.